Hello and welcome to Podium International TV or Coach TAC, wherever you're watching from. My name is Tisilola Aboyadeko, but you can call me Coach TAC. I'm here to wish you a very happy new year and for us to talk about taking charge in 2023. Yes, you understand what I mean by taking charge in 2023. This is not the new year is something we know that it's coming. We knew from last year that we're going to run into 2023. We're going to go into 2023. We have dreams, aspirations, like we usually have every year. Like we usually write down our goals, our dreams, what we want to achieve in the next year, and this and that. We always do that. Well, how do we make sure that those things don't just become mere dreams that we will finally or eventually wake up from? I'm not here to bust your bubble. I'm just here to say to us that okay, we're in the new year and to wish us all the best. I want to wish us a prosperous new year, a productive one, a successful one. But before we go on today, I would like us to invite our friends, our associates, because we are actually broadcasting live from 8 different platforms today. Yes, 8 different platforms. We're on YouTube, on Podium International, TAC Foundation, Coach TAC, and Movement Against Drugs and Violence. We're on Facebook on the same pages, and we're also on LinkedIn. So, whichever platform you're watching us from, I'll say you're welcome. Please follow or subscribe to us because to these channels because we only come to you with good news, good tidings. We will always bear. So if you're just joining us for the first time on YouTube, please subscribe. If you're joining us for the first time on Facebook, please follow us on Facebook. And if you're joining us on LinkedIn, do the same. Connect with me. Let us work together. Let's see how we can make 2023 a better year than 2022. So that's my welcome address. A lot of people say, "Who am I? Who is Titi?" I wear a lot of caps. Yes, I wear so many caps. So in case you don't know who you're dealing with, my name is Titi Lola Bayadiko. Like I said, I'm a broadcaster, a public speaker, a life coach, motivational speaker. I'm an author. I'm an actor. I'm a publicist, and I'm a humanitarian as well. So let me be a little bit modest here. I'm the CEO of Podium International and TAC, Coach TAC. So anything you see that TAC, c'est moi. That's me. And anything that you see Podium International Magazine, Podium Film, Podium Academy, Podium International Schools, c'est moi. C'est moi means that's me. It's me. So, and like the Yoruba people will say, one person does not use the word us. So, like they say, "Èèyàn kan kì í jẹ́ àwádìí." I am backed by a very powerful team. I have wonderful people that will work together, especially with Podium. We have, I think there's 16 or 17 of us, and we work like we're all committed. If not, you're not going to be seeing the perfect outcome that you guys are used to. We're all seriously committed. Now, how do I begin the year with you? Let me just introduce the other brands as well. TSC Foundation is Titi Aboyadeko Foundation. Now, if you know anybody who needs support out there, and I mean somebody who is in dire need of support out there in Yoruba land, or do I say Nigeria? Stay here or invite them because we're coming back to talk about TSC Foundation and what we have in stock for our people in the year 2023. And I'll tell you where we're coming from, where we are, and where we are going. So if there's anyone you know that is out of work, or a widow, or even a widower, or somebody who is physically challenged and they cannot support themselves, you might want to bring them on board to watch this particular episode of TSC. Do I call this TSC Republic? Because I'm not just on the platform of TSC Republic, I'm on 7 platforms today, like I said. So I'll be addressing a lot of different people. So I'm the convener of Titi Abayadeko Foundation, a registered charity organization we support underprivileged people, we support physically challenged people, we support especially single parents because it's not easy. I have been there, not there anymore, to the glory of God. I have been there, done that. And my mother raised me she was a widow. Well, she is a widow. She lost my father some 48 years ago. And yes, I'm not a spring chicken. And since she lost my dad, she raised 7 children all by herself. So I know the pain of being a single parent. Um, I know the pain of being a widow. I know the pain of raising your children all alone, especially as a woman who has 3 men, 4 women as children. Unfortunately, we lost quite a number of them now, and there's only a number of us left. Um, so you can tell that my mom's journey has been one hell of a journey, and she's been an inspiration to me. So for that reason, I know that we need to support women, especially. We need to support women out there. And this is one of the reasons why I'm here today. This is what Titi Aboyadeko Foundation, this is what we do. We support people, not just women. We support men too, but not as much as we support women. Because most of the times, the men, when the marriage breaks down, the men usually just walk away, probably support with some money, but it's the women who are left with, who are saddled with the duty of raising, the burden of raising the kids. Duty, burden, they are the ones who gets their hands dirty a lot of times. So we tend to have this thing. I personally have this thing for women, and I just like to make sure that we pull ourselves up. So talking about women, um, in 2017, I started a program, a live show on Facebook called War Against Poverty. It's a TSC show, TSC Medical show. It became TSC Republic in the end. That's where the name TSC Republic came from, TSC Family. And then the show, we used to teach people how to run business. We're going to also do that here tonight if you stay with us. If you're not interested in learning what to do, how to make money in 2023, you might want to invite someone who you think might be interested. So bring them on board. Um, so TSC Republic, we supported over 100 women, 100 people. I won't say women. We supported over 100 women in 1 year, 52 weeks. I woke up this morning, just the way I am here, the beginning of 2017, and I said, Lord, you've been grateful. You've been good to me. I'm grateful. I just want to give back. I just want to support other people. So I came out there and I started supporting, and I started pouring myself out there. That's what I said I was going to do. Please send your comments in if anything I'm saying resonates with you. Hey, Kiki the coach, you're welcome, my darling. Mr. Femi Johnson from LinkedIn, you're welcome, my dear brother. We've done quite a number of things together, Mr. Femi and Kiki. Thank you. Happy New Year to you. So, what am I saying here today? So, from supporting women and talking to women, we started women in leadership and business. It's TSC Republic that evolved to become Women in Leadership and Business. What do? We support women who are in leadership positions, from teachers to bank managers to different types, from different people, women from different sectors of life. So we support the women in WinLab. We call ourselves WinLab. We rise. So we rise by lifting others. We still run Women in Leadership and Business. It's part of TSC Foundation. Another project we do at TSC Foundation is um, Movement Against Drugs and Violence. It's a project that started in 2007, no, 2018, 2018, May 2018. I was watching a show on um, one of the WhatsApp videos that used to go around, and these young people were on drugs and they were doing all sorts of things. And I just, and then the next thing on the TV, I saw a lot of re- news on the stabbings in the UK. So I thought to myself, something has to give. So I spoke with a couple of friends and I screamed on the show, just like here now. And I screamed on the show like, we need to do something. We need to do something about these people that are killing themselves, these young people that were stabbing themselves. And I asked if anybody was with me on this. And a few people said, yes, let's do this. So we started, and that was what gave birth to Movement Against Drugs and Violence. Unfortunately, a couple of 6 months later, something I got affected by that as well, and just as well, God knew the beginning from the end from the beginning, and He positioned people who supported me too with my needs at that time when something struck my family. So there you have it. Um, People came from all over the world for the inaugural event. Okay, 1 second, please. We have some people who need to go. Yeah, I had to block some comments because it's like some hackers were coming on board. So, where was I? So, okay, we started Movement Against Drugs and Violence. We launched in Nigeria, in Lagos. We have a team in Republic of Ireland, a team in the UK, a team in Lagos, a team in Abeokuta, and a team in Burning Kirby in the north. We had to, because those ones were sniffing gum and I think cassava or something like that, and semolina. They were sniffing. They were drinking semolina or semovita, and they were sniffing gum. So I thought to myself, even though I don't know anybody in that area, one of my team members went there to serve for youth service, and he said, Queen, this is so bad. Drug abuse is so bad here. We need to do awareness. We need to run an awareness program, and we did, and it was successful to the glory of God. So God has used us to touch a lot of lives. If you're affected by any of these things, please reach out to us, and we can support. The third project that we do at TSC Foundation is called A Meal a Day. It started in December 2013. We're going to be 10 years to this year. To the glory of God, it's going to be 10 years since we've been supporting 30 different families from different areas of the world. Hey MB, how you doing, darling? Good evening. You're welcome to the show. Please share. So we started a meal a day project. If I find a meal a day video, I will share before the end of the program. So we started that and we started giving families money, food, school fees. We were supporting people with different types of things until we stabilized and said, look, this is what is going to happen. We are going to go to a particular area, a depressed area, and find 30 families who are living in abject poverty. And this out of these 30 families, we're going to register them and we're going to give them food, staple foods, rice, gari, beans, pasta, spaghetti, yes, spaghetti, noodles, Maggi cubes, salt, sugar, butter, vegetable oil, all sorts of things, provision basically. And we started doing that. We give each family a pack of that, something to help them to eat one meal per day. One meal per day. And that started. So you will join us the first month, register with us the first month in that area. We will give you the food the first month, give you and we'll also give you 1,000 naira towards your transportation. So you have no excuse not to come out to collect free food. No strings attached, nothing. We're not expecting anything in return. So you'll come out, collect the food, and decide on what to do. Because it's not enough for us to give you money or food continuously. Number one, we can't afford it. We're individuals. MB is one of the people who donate, who contribute money. We contribute money. I have a few friends, friends of the house, who contribute money every month for us to be able to do this. So you come on board, you get the food, you decide on what you want to do. So we train you. From the second month, we train you, and then we hand you over. The third month, you still get the food, but then the food program will be over by month 3. We will make you pledge that you are going to pay it forward as well. What do we mean by paying it? What do we mean by paying it forward? We mean you are going to promise us that when you are fine, when you are okay, when you are better than this, when you are comfortable, when you're able to give back, you will not give back to us, but you will give back to other people, another set of people that we might be looking after at that time. So there are different ways people could support the TAC Foundation. If you, let's say you are a fashion designer, you could say, oh, let me help you to train 10 people. And we'll give out the 10 slots to people who need the training. Okay, hairdresser, you can say the same. Even vulcanizers gave us slots to fix young people into their establishment, and they help to train them. Oh, thank you, my darling. Thank you. So we do that so people can come on board and say, okay, this is this. And you don't even have to have an establishment. You could just be a trainer of something, or, like I can come on board and teach people how to become MCs. I did that in 2017. So people were supporting us, and I never really encourage financial support. I will say to you, why don't you buy us a bag of rice? There's a friend, like a brother of mine, Abiodun Inilari Pashida. The guy, he used to support us with a bag of gari and sometimes a bag of rice, like every month, some 9 10 years ago, some 9 years ago. So I always encourage. Hello, Abdul. So I always encourage everybody to do one thing: buy rice for us, buy noodles, buy no cubes, buy Indomie. You don't have to give us cash. I try to shy away from collecting cash from anyone. So what I'm saying in essence is, this year we have continued, and we have one woman as well, one auntie, Miss Benson. She's always supporting us. In fact, she chases me up to say, you have not reached out to me this month. You want money? Yes, we want money. We always want money, but we prefer you give us stuff like gari, like rice, like oil, like butter, like salt, sugar. You can give us a box of sugar or anything. divide it amongst these people. So that's that for TAC Foundation. So now you know what we do at TAC Foundation. And what does Coach TAC do as a coach? I'm a life and wellness coach. I'm also a business coach. I coach. When I say a life coach is somebody who can take you from where you are today to where you want to be tomorrow using the strength inside of you, the knowledge already inside, the skills, the things you need, they're already inside of you. You see, in life, we move to places with our own God given talents. Yes, we move to places with our own God given talent, but we don't know. We think we need somebody else to be able to get there. Well, yes and no. Sometimes we need people to be able to remind us or to even wake something up inside of us to remind us that no, you know how to do this, you've got this, you can do this. Sometimes we lose, the zeal, especially in a cruel world where people project their own bitterness on you, their own, they dump their stuff, shit, on you. Instead of finding somewhere to dump it, they tend to come and dump it on you. And then at some point you get tired that what exactly am I doing wrong? Why do people behave like this? Why is it such a cruel world? So you tend to forget the inner strength that you have. So it takes somebody to remind you. So if I say to you what a coach is, I'm not a teacher. A coach does not teach you how to do anything. When people ask me and I say I'm a coach, they say, "What do you do?" And I say, "I'm a life coach." They say, "Okay, I need you to come and coach me on how to do this or how to do that." No, I coach you, I support you, I prod, I ask questions. From those questions, we will get to where you want to go. So, like, let me play an example in front of you now. A scenario you can say, "Oh, I want to get better. I want to get a better job this year. I want to, I need more money this year." And I'll work with you backwards. Like, okay, what do you mean by more money? What's more money to you? What's money? Like, what does more money mean? And you say to me, okay, I need to earn like £100,000 a year. Okay, so that's something. You write it down. You need to earn 100. That's probably the goal. The goal is to earn 100, at least £100,000 this year. Okay, what do you think you can do to earn £100,000 this year? Well, uh, or I can better still, I can say, how much do you earn right now? You can say, I'm on 45,000 and blah blah blah. And I say, okay, so what's your qualification? What do you think? Why do you think you're earning 45,000? Oh, because I'm not a manager yet. I'm an assistant manager, and I you have to be a manager to be able to earn 100,000 in my company. I say, okay, what's the difference between you and the manager? And you say, well, the manager has MBA, and I just have a first degree, blah blah blah. Okay, so that's something. That's an information there. Okay, so that means you probably that means that role for the manager role probably needs somebody with master's degree. Okay, we'll put that down. I'll say, what other things, what else separates you from the manager? You can say, well, the manager has been there for X, Y, Z of years, or the manager just did a course in project management, and because he handles projects, they pay him 100,000, and they pay me 45. Blah blah. Blah. Okay, two. So now we know that you probably need an MBA, and if you don't have an MBA or MSc, then you need to increase your skills basically. Probably that means you need to go for project management or something. So we'll write it down. So we'll now ask you again, what else do you think you have that you're not bringing to the table? What do you need to bring to the table? Do you have to do just that job, or do you think there are other jobs that will pay you X amount of money? And then you say, of course there are other jobs. Sometimes it seems like foolish questions, but that's the job of a coach, to prod, to make sure that you think for yourself and you own it. So when you bring out the answers, you own that process, and you know, because you got there by yourself. Somebody helped you, but they didn't tell you. They prodded you, but they didn't tell you that, oh, you should get another job, you should do this, you should do that. That's not the job of a coach. A coach cannot tell you what to do. A coach will guide you. So you will say, okay, there are other jobs. I said, like what? You now say like a project manager, like a scrum master, like a this, like a that, like a software tester, like you just name those jobs. Which one do you now like? Do you see yourself in any of those jobs? So that, working with you by asking you questions and you answering, you thinking deeper and deeper. And then we will drive it down to a point where we have options. You check out your options. Out of your options, you find the one that you have passion for. Then you go with that. So at the end of the year, that means there are steps you need to take from where you are today to get to where you want to be by the end of the year. You can't just sit down and dream. It's okay to dream. Like I've always said, it's free to dream. Everything starts with an imagination. Every good thing you see today starts with a dream, somebody's imagination, somebody's thought process. So it's okay to do all of those things, but you have to act. You have to put action into it to be able to achieve anything out of life. So let's say, so this year now, this 2023, I will urge us all to set our goals if we haven't done that already. Because I set mine from like November 2022. I knew where I wanted to go. I knew where I knew what I needed to do, and I started putting things in motion. So I will urge us to go back, if you have not set up your goals, to go back and set your goals. Um, some of us might need tools to do that. And because during the lockdown, a lot of people couldn't afford to pay for my services like as a life coach. And so some people were getting depressed. Some of my clients were getting depressed and everything. That, oh, I can't, I need you to do this for me. And time is money. I gave my time in 2017 for free. So what I did was I didn't want to be like without money. So I was coaching for free. And then I needed to free my time. So I created this book. It's called Success in Phases. It's a productivity journal. So it helps you to start your day with gratitude, and then you set your goals for every day. You put your action plan there, your affirmations, and your achievement. You review your day at the end of every day. So it helps you to form a pattern. It helps you to form a pattern every day. By the time you form that pattern, by the time you get used to appreciating what you have, the little that you have, and then setting your goals for the one you want, and then your action plan. It's not just about setting goals. I want 100,000. You have to take some action to be able to get that 100,000. So the journey, you will enjoy the journey if it came from you. You would not feel like someone's telling you what to do by teaching you. Yes, the book is good for accountability. It's my accountability partner. As you can see, not just because I'm the author. I feel the book on a daily basis. I feel the book on a daily basis. So I use the book, I write in it. I don't say, oh, I'm the author, so I don't need to set my goals on a daily, set my tasks. I do, because my hands are full. My hands are full. So talking about other things that I do. Thank you, Kiki. Kiki is also a coach. She's a mental health coach. She helps with mental health and a lot of other things, and wellness too. And she's part of my team. Like I said, I'm rising not just because I'm that tall, it's because I'm sitting on the shoulders of giants. I also have coaches, I also have mentors, I also have people who look after me, who make sure that I'm achieving my goals and I'm moving at the right pace. So the coach also needs to have a coach. But that's not the topic for today. The topic for today is to reintroduce us and what we do. So when I talked about Podium the other time, I said we have Podium International Magazine. It's been Podium International Magazine was launched 15 years ago. 2 years after we started Podium International, the TV program on Ben Television in the UK. Ben Television hosted the first episode of the Podium in November 2006. In November 2006, that's just over 16 years ago now. So then we started with we used to have documentaries, go to places, cover everything, showcasing Africa to the world. I love Africa. I'm a typical Yoruba woman, and I'm coming to that as well. I'm going to tell you a lot about myself. For people who are trying to snoop and find out who I am, and this don't know, just calm down. I'll tell you everything you need to know. So, the podium, I used to interview Obas. I used to work with a lot of people, a lot of, I used to go to a lot of places. Oshoshobo Festival, Eyo Festival, for people who remember in the UK. And then 2 years, and then the following year, people said to me, Titi, you come to Nigeria and record us and take our pictures and everything, and we won't see anything. You go and just be showing it to the people in the UK. But our lenya, meaning we are the ones you're recording, but you don't show us. So I thought to myself, it's true. We go there, we do documentaries. Even we went to Banco Lemon where they sell the rice, a Malashita place and everything. And I thought to myself, it'd be nice to bring it back to them and say, look at what we did. Thank you, my darling. So look at what we did when we came to do a documentary on you or a feature or. So I said, okay, maybe. Then I thought to myself, we used to pay for airtime, not like YouTube days now where everybody's a YouTuber. As long as you have one China phone and the other China phone, you can just put one on and then use the other one to read messages and take phone calls. No, no, no. Back in my time, back in year 2006, you had to pay. You had to buy your own, excuse me, you had to buy your own airtime. So I thought to myself, I can't afford airtime in the UK and Nigeria at the same time. In the UK that time, to be on Ben Television, you needed 3 grand a month to be on Ben Television. And we were on Ben Television for a number of years. So you know what that meant. So so we went we went back to the drawing board, had a meeting with my team, and we agreed that okay, it's cheaper, it will be cheaper, even though that was expensive too. There was a cheaper option to TV to publish magazine for them. So that was what gave birth to Podium International Magazine. Let me see if I can find you a copy of Podium International Magazine, of the original one we launched. Okay. Whoa. My store has just broken down. So this is the copy of the first edition, the very first edition of Podium International Magazine that was launched in 2008 at the Hampstead Britannia Hotel in London. So in 2010, we decided to go to Nigeria to launch Podium International officially. So we went to Nigeria and we had an event called Podium Recognition Awards. The launch of Podium and Podium Recognition 2010. So to the glory, oh my God, these are my friends from the days of humble beginning. Shegun Sky, you're welcome on board. Thank you very much. So we launched Podium in Nigeria officially in 2010, thanks to this hotel, Water Parks Hotel, and the late owner of the hotel, Otumba, the CEO, Otumba Feishayo Winfunke. Thank you so. May your soul rest in peace. He gave us a lot of support, and we had a successful one. I didn't plan for it to become a regular award ceremony. I just wanted to recognize the people who have supported Podium till that point. But then after the event, people loved it and said, no, yes, we had a lot of celebrities, Yabo Ojo, Said Balogun, all of them, the actors and actresses were there. Um, so people said, no, this thing has to become a regular award ceremony, annual award ceremony. And that gave birth to Podium Recognition Awards. So I always say to people, all my things, all my projects, they stem from natural progression. They started from one thing to the other, to the other, to the other. There was nothing I do that is just because somebody is doing it and I just wake up and I say, let me go and do this. No, it's because the need arose. So when the need arises, I rise up to the occasion. And my team, they agree with me and we work on it and we come up with something great. So that was that. Now, my children, they are also creative, they are artistic as well. So my son is an actor and he decided to go and try the Nollywood. And I thought to myself, am I going to leave this young man to go into that industry by himself? I said, I think I need to support him because I used to act, but my parents never encouraged me. So I stopped. So I went with him. No, I didn't go with him at first. I sent, you know, him and we had a project done. We produced Majem Wegbon and we premiered it in London in 2019. And it was a success thanks to DJ Abbas and the team, Dupe at Dupe BNS and all of them. We had a successful event in London, in central London. And that was the birth of Podium Films. I told you, I said natural progression is the name of my game. Find a need and fix it. So Podium International started evolving and it became, and we set up Podium Films. And I'm a creative, I'm a writer. I love to, create things and bring things to life. So from then on, I decided to try my hands on acting as well. And if you are subscribed to Podium Cinema, please feel free to check us out on YouTube. And the app is coming soon. We also have a website, Podium Cinema, as well. So if you go to YouTube and you click on and you look for Podium Cinema, you can subscribe to Podium Cinema. Shala Bomi, you're welcome, my darling. Thank you for joining. So you can subscribe to Podium Cinema as well on YouTube. So we've produced more than 10 films. As a matter of fact, let me go on a break and bring out the advert of Podium Cinema. Let me bring Podium Cinema advert here. 1 second. So we have created we have a lot of movies, a lot of movies. Now we have one coming out soon. It's called it's a series. It's called Lucky in Lagos. I'll show you a preview next week by God's grace. Or let me show you some of the things we've done at Podium Cinema. We'll be right back.
lọ́jọ́kọ́jọ́ làbẹ̀wò kúkú dùkú lóko Podium International wọ́n ti wà tipẹ́tipẹ́ látìgbà tí wọ́n ti ń bàbọ̀ wọn ò fìgbà kan tẹ́rì o wọ́n ti wá ṣe bẹ̀bẹ̀ wọ́n ti gbé bẹ̀bẹ̀ dé Podium Cinema ni wọ́n tún gbé dé Podium Cinema lórí YouTube ẹ fọ́lọ̀ wọn kẹ́ ẹ láìkì wọn kẹ́ ẹ subscribe ibẹ̀ lẹ́tì mọ̀ wọ àwọn àjá àbálẹ̀ fíìmù ẹ̀dọ̀kí fíìmù tó léfò gan tààrà Podium Cinema mo bẹ́rí fún yín fíìmù mẹ́sàn-án ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ni wọ́n kó jáde o àwọn gbàǹkọ́gbé fíìmù èkíní májẹ̀mú ẹ̀gbọ́n èkejì my word ẹ̀kẹta ọmọ ẹni ẹ̀kẹrin àlàmú èkó ẹ̀karùn-ún àìmọ̀ ṣẹ̀wárí pé nǹkan kì í ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ràgbó ó kọjá bẹ́ẹ̀ eléyìí lẹ́ti kẹjù èdè Yorùbá ni wọ́n fi ṣe àwọn fíìmù yìí ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kẹfà sẹ́ẹ̀kẹsàn-án èdè òyìnbó ni wọ́n kọ́ ẹ̀kẹfà tẹ́mà èkeje the casting ẹ̀kẹjọ M1 the detective ẹ̀kẹsàn 100 M1 the detective at 100 orí síríìsì lẹ́fì máa wò ó ìyẹn dàgbéléwò nìyẹn Podium International Podium Cinema ẹ fọ́lọ̀ wọn kẹ́ ẹ láìkì wọn lórí YouTube wọ́n wà lórí Facebook wọ́n wà lórí Instagram Podium Cinema ó ti dọbẹ̀ ẹ subscribe.
Welcome back. So that's that about Podium Cinema. So if you have not subscribed to Podium Cinema, kindly subscribe now to Podium Cinema. You can leave the show, subscribe to Podium Cinema, come back here and tell me that I subscribed though. I'll be very grateful. Thank you very much. I would love it for me to see that you have subscribed to Podium Cinema. So from Podium Cinema, a lot has also happened after that. And cut the long story short, 2 years ago, I started working on a lot of things. And one of the things is I wanted my own perfume because I love perfumes. I love perfumes. So I had to do a course. I went to do a course on how to make perfumes. I went to do a course on branding. Because for me, I believe you can be anything you want to be in life, even if you don't have money. Yes. All you need is the dream, the vision, put it together, start with what you have, start from where you are, and it will happen. So I traveled and I came back and I went to this factory. I went to put my I put my perfume together and I went to get bottling. I went to get bottling for it. And when I got back, I shared the samples with my friends and their children, their teenage children. So I said, tell me what you think about this perfume oil. Tell me what you think about this perfume oil. And if I know what you think, then I can see if I will launch this brand. They said, is that your brand? I said, yes. Did you mix that? I said, yes. By the grace of God, I mixed that. So I was going to name the perfumes after a pet name that my son gave me and himself. He's called me one. I'm not going to say the names here because I probably will still make more fragrances with and use that name. So use those names. So I'm not going to mention the names. So I was going to use that name. So people loved the perfume. Oh my goodness. Especially my friends' children. Thank you very much. Thank you. Should I mention names? No. Okay. Thank you, my daughter, the one in uni now, my friend's daughter. Thank you, my friend's son. And thank you, Obeke. You know who you are. You know, thank you guys. So they came back to me and said, Auntie, I want to order this perfume now. I want to order this perfume. So I said, okay, it looks like it's going to be a good deal. So I decided to invest in perfumery. So while we were waiting, I already gave them the brand and we already did the branding and names and everything. Only for me to get back to the UK. Thank you. Thank you, Kiki. Subscribe. Ooh, we gained one subscriber on Podium Cinema. It's only for me to get back from a trip I went, and then I went to Ireland in May. My daughter got married in May by the special grace of God, and less than a week after, We had, no, sorry, a month before that, we had an event. It's part of TAC Foundation. It's coming up again this year. So take note, 28th of April every year, we'll call the event Raise the Roof for Christ. Raise the Roof for Christ. So it's a gospel concert for 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 Christ, basically. I'm a Christian, so I have to praise the Lord. So I had so many reasons to do that. So my brother was a guest speaker. My eldest brother was a guest speaker at the event, and exactly a month after, I had to go to my church anniversary in Ireland. While I was there at the vigil, I just felt funny, so I went somewhere else to sit down. I went to look for a quiet place to sit down, and I went back in. I looked at the time, it was like 3:30 in the morning. So I went back into the church for the vigil. So in the morning, I got back to the hotel. As I was about to sleep, or was I sleeping? My phone rang, and it was my brother's friend, Rabayo. And he said to me, "Oh, Titi, how are you?" I was scared, like, because I know my mom's 89. She had just turned 89 that May, the week before. So, and I said, Rabbi, what's the problem? Is my mom fine? He said, oh, it's okay. Mom's fine, but we lost Matu. I was like, what? He had just told me that we lost my eldest brother. And this was my father. My eldest brother was like my father because my dad died when I was 4. So we lost my eldest brother. That morning, I was away from London. My mom was in Nigeria. My children were in the UK. I didn't even know what to think. I didn't know what to do. I just knew that it's like the world was caving in on me. It was a very emotional period. And we had my father in the Lord, my dad, the person who raised me in this UK, was the founder of the church. And we had anniversary on Sunday. So remember, we had a vigil on Friday. So my brother died on Saturday morning. Actually, he died while I was in the vigil. So I was told on Saturday morning. So it was messy, but I said, I'm not going to mess this anniversary up for daddy tomorrow. So I'm going to hold myself. I was going to go back to London immediately, but daddy will find out, obviously. And he will call me. And, I didn't want him to have to disrupt anything because of me. My brother had died already. So, you know, So I just held myself together. My friend was there with me, my old schoolmate. He was really supportive, really supportive. He came, he supported me, he went away, got me, tried to get me food. I couldn't eat. Everything was just caving in. So I said, please don't tell daddy, please don't tell daddy, I will be fine, I will go about this. So on Sunday morning, remember, I was still away. No support like that, apart from the one I got from this friend of mine. So on Sunday, I got dressed and I went to the church anniversary. And while I was there was meetings. Of course, the family meeting had started in Nigeria. If you're from Nigeria, you understand how it works out there. So I went out there, and while I was out there, I couldn't help it. We were talking about my brother. They were talking funeral. They were talking. I'm like, so when I went back into the church, I just went to the vestry where the women change, and I just bursted into tears. This was me that didn't want anybody to know. I didn't want anybody to find out. I went back into the women's room and I bursted into tears. Oh, like reality just set in on me that your brother is gone. But I'm a friend, my ejika. And that was it. We started planning. I decided to go to Nigeria again for the funeral. So on my way to Nigeria, I decided that okay, what am I going to do to keep my brother's memory alive? So I called the packagers, the people sorting out my perfume. Because I was meant to launch in June, my birthday. Till now, I haven't launched it. So I called them and I said, change the name of the men's perfume from XYZ to Matso. I said, it's to honor my brother. I said, oh my goodness, it's not going to happen. They're going to pay for a new packaging. I said, yes, go ahead. I'm not having that perfume without. So I stopped over in that country. I picked up a bottle. I said I was going to put it on my brother when, during the funeral. And I did. And so I took the perfume and I went to Nigeria. And I waited for the rest to be ready. And I named it Matu. So I launched it on my brother's birthday in October 2022. This is the perfume. I'm not sure you can read the name. Is Marco, Marco. In case you start finding it at shops, different shops. So this is it. This is it. Do you like it? Do you like the packaging? If you do, please say something. Please say something in the chat box. This is the very interactive. It's supposed to be an interactive session, and this is the women's jewel. And how did we get the jewel? I'm not going to tell you just yet. I'm going to tell you at some point. But this is also coined. This was coined out of someone's name. Thank you, Kiki. Thank you. And I'll tell you something. It was launched. It was unveiled on the line of duty. Thank you, man. Thank you, my darling friend. I'm going to talk about somebody tonight who who supports you as a matter of duty. I want to know what kind of friend are you? Because I'm going to talk about friends. Today, like I said, you don't have to stay. You can come in and go as you like on this show today. You don't have to really stay. You can come in and go, but let me just it's just so set a bit of record straight here. So I was meant to launch the perfume on the 28th of October. Now, as you are aware, I'm a Yoruba woman. In the year 2000, my friend, her name is Oriyomi, she asked me to join um, a Yoruba self-determination group fighting for Yoruba nation at that time, fighting to exit Nigeria. And I said, no, I'm a stakeholder. I have this, I have that. I'm still doing business in Nigeria. I don't want to fight. I cannot fight the government. I can't afford. At that time, I was like, I'm not interested. So they started to talk to me. She would start to show me things. And then I would see how they're killing people. And then I started to feel really bad. Like, look, Kotoma Magbalama feel like let's do whatever it takes. Like I'm not gonna sit back and watch my brothers and sisters being killed the way they were being maimed, killed, butchered, attacked, kidnapped, everything. So I said, mm-mm. But I still didn't join. I still was not active, even though I was, my mind was coming there gradually. But so on the 1st of July, 2021, they attacked the house of one of the Yoruba Nation campaigners, Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igbo, popularly known as Igbo Osha. He's a doctor now, Dr. Sunday Adeyemo. So when they attacked his house and killed two people in cold blood and damaged his property and and they arrested quite a number of people Ah, hmm. We quickly called all the Omokaro Jiris, all the Yoruba people, to a meeting, to an emergency Zoom meeting. Myself, Oriomi, Mandy, and Kademola. We called the big meeting quickly, and we started putting our money where our mouth is. We started making banners, we started doing this. We went all out. I said, no, enough is enough. We're fighting for our land, we're fighting for our people. We cannot continue to keep quiet. Otherwise, these people will overrun us on our own land. The Yoruba people will say, Mafo commissioner, what you call a yonko? So I said, no, I'm sold to this struggle. Now I'm part of the struggle. And that was how I started. A few months after YSDM was inaugurated, Yoruba self-determination movement. And I was called upon by Oloriku and my friends too, that you're a public speaker, you're an MC, come and anchor the event for us. So I anchored the event. The G8 handed over. And you know, I love the project. So I said, no, I'll work. I'll work. So I continued to help, to work and everything. Then in January, a few incidents took place and I needed to take a back seat. So I took a back seat. So I'm coming back to the story of the launch. That's why I quickly went back to give you a backstory of what I'm about to tell you. So I went back and our vice chairman, Mr. Banji Ailuke, of vice chairman of YSCM, started to speak to me from like March of that year. Oh, come back to YSCM. We need you at the publicity department. You know, I'm a broadcaster and a publicity person. I'm a publisher of a magazine and I do all sorts of journalism work. And I said, Daddy, I don't have the time, this, da. And it just went on and on. So when my brother died in in May, I couldn't just do anything else. So I had to go to Nigeria and sort out my brother. So we had the funeral. I came back in August. So Daddy went on my case again. Now I've left you. You've buried your brother. Come back and serve your fatherland. Come and join the Yoruba. Um, well, I was a member of YSM anyway, but come and join the publicity directorate so you can work for the Yoruba people. So I came back and I went back into the publicity directorate. So a couple of weeks later, we had an election, and they voted me in. The committee members voted me in as the director of publicity. So I became the director of publicity for YSDM, Yoruba Self Determination Movement. Now, that was in September. So I got a call from our leader, our chairman, Professor Banji Akintoye, to come to be part of the delegates that will come to Republic of Benin for a meeting, a high level meeting. And I was meant to be in Benin on the day, 2 days before the day of of my perfume launch. Mind you, I'd already sent out invites and everything. So I turned everything, I had to pause everything. That's why you did not hear about the unveiling of Mato. I have not launched TAC fragrances. I'm still going to launch all of them. But I wanted to unveil Mato on my brother's birthday, which was 28th of October. So come a few days before that, I had to go to Benin, Republic of Benin, Cotonou, to be precise, for this meeting, week-long meeting. And you see, when duty calls, duty calls. So I packed my bags and I went. Don't worry. After this show, I'm going to post a couple of reels for you to see, how I pack my bags. If you check my page on Coach TAC on TikTok, you will see I had to pack my perfumes and take them to Cotonou where I knew nobody just because of the Yoruba job. I knew nobody apart from Baba Akintoye. I went with my vice chairman and a few other executives as well. So that was how I launched CAC fragrance called Mato in Cotonou and on a land of the unknown, somewhere I knew nobody. That was how it was launched there. So that shows to you that we're committed to this cause. So that's that part for me. That's that done. So in February, by the special grace of God, I will send you out invitation for the proper launch of the TAC fragrance coming up in April. We'll do it together on the day we are raising the roof for Christ. On the 28th of April, we will be launching TAC fragrances that will have a lot of fragrances. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Olatunji Michael. Thank you very much. So that's been my part of my journey so far. I do other things. I support people. I do everything. So now let's come back to what I said earlier. We now have a project that, so you remember I mentioned a few things that we do at TAC Foundation. We also have TAC Academy. So we now have a project that we want to start for the Yoruba people because permit me to speak Yoruba for 1 minute. Ìyà ń jẹ àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá gan nílùú Nàìjíríà. Nígbà tí ìyà dẹ̀ ń jẹ wá, TAC Foundation feel pé our little drop of water nínú mighty ocean could reach the mouth of one tiny fish. So that means we are suffering, the Yoruba people, a lot of Yoruba, not all of them. We have some of them who are comfortable and they do not care. So we have some of them who are very comfy and it does not matter. So at that point now, apart from a meal a day, we now have decided to start support the challenge STC. And it's very simple. We don't have to see you physically. You can nominate somebody who you believe the money is very tiny. Remember, my name is Titi Aboyadiko. I'm not the state government. I'm not a governor. I'm not a local government chairman. I'm not the president. I'm not the minister of interior. I'm not anybody in that country. So, this is where I said if you know people who are going to be needing our support, please bring them on board. Support the challenge. We also intend to support 30 people. This is the criteria. You have to be either 60 years and above, living in abject poverty. If you are not up to 60 years old, the person has to be either physically challenged or mentally challenged a little bit, that they cannot fend for themselves. You see, physical challenges, cooking, it does not necessarily mean you must be begging or you must get support. I don't want us to feel entitled here. A lot of physically challenged people, they are doing very well in diaspora. People on wheelchair, they have good jobs. They are opticians, accountants, they are surgeons, they are everything. So I don't want people in Nigeria or Yoruba land to see themselves as they have to beg. No. Even the people we're supporting, they do not have to beg. They're not begging. But we just feel that everybody deserves to at least be on the internet and then to be able to see opportunities that abound out there. So we are planning to start giving about 30 different people that will be selected by my team. You can make suggestions, put their names out there, let us reach out to them, put their phone numbers. We'll have to check them out. That's what we do with a meal a day. We check them out. We visit them. Sometimes we do home visits because we're putting them on something like a salary, like a stipend. Like we're going to be giving them 5,000 naira every month. Is a token. I believe it's something. With the help of our friends, God will make it happen every month. There's never been a time that we make such promises and we do not fulfill. So if you have people, I already have somebody. We confirmed this yesterday because I spoke to somebody who is very intelligent, but he has challenges with his eyes. It's very difficult for him to do business. It's very difficult for him to do much. He had to go and learn a few things, relearn a few things. He's a bit old, and I just thought we need to start supporting the aged. So I was going to say 70, but we know that from 60 years old, especially in Nigeria, mm, people don't give them jobs. They hardly give them jobs, and they will have find other ways of making money. But we're open to put them on a payroll of 5,000 naira every month, small token. Please do not come for me and say, what will 5,000 buy? Don't forget that 5,000 times 30 people is 150,000. So what will 5,000 buy? You can say you don't want instead of coming for me. And we are going to choose carefully. So don't it's not because you are challenged that you have a right to the money, or just because you are old, you might not. Nobody has the right to the money. We are going to carefully select who gets the funds. So it's 5K every month, 5,000 naira every month. Bring people who you believe deserve to be given a chance to get something, even if it's data. They'll buy 1,000 naira data. They'll buy pure water. They'll buy a few things from it, even if it's pasta, even if it's Gary that they can buy. We just want to make sure that we're supporting. And I'm sorry, because I became a Yoruba Nation campaigner, I am also the convener of Yoruba Lives Count. Myself, and I'm one of the conveners of Yoruba Lives Matter and Yoruba Lives Count. So we are the Omokaro Ojires. So I have learned to start putting my money where my mouth is. Before, we used to give everybody, you are in Lagos, you are in Kano, you are everywhere. But since the Fulani started killing the Yorubas, we have decided to protect and provide for the Yorubas for now. So, before you recommend or refer anyone, make sure they are Yorubas living in Yoruba land, and we'll look into it. We'll start from this month of January and give 30 challenged people that token. We'll first of all put it as a 6 month thing while we train them or help them or do something, carry them into something that will ensure that they will never go back to needing it. It's not like that 5K can take care of all their needs, but it will take care of something. Thank you very much. For more information, you can reach us on madav.tac foundation or tscfoundation.madav. Yeah, it's tscfoundation.madav on Instagram. That's our IG handle. You can go to TSC Foundation on Facebook or Madav on Facebook as well. Madav is Movement Against Drugs and Violence. TSC Foundation is Titi Aboyade Co Foundation. So this is what we do. My daddy always says something. If you are blessed and you're not blessing others, then you haven't been blessed. You're not blessed at all. If you're blessed and your blessing is limited to yourself and your family alone, then you're not blessed. But if you're blessed, and even if you're blessed a little and you're blessing others, you are indeed a blessing to humanity. So we're trying our best to be a blessing to humanity. I will be back again in another after the break. I want you to think about this. Try and see if there's anybody you can call who might be entitled, who might be, well, like I said, nobody's entitled, who might need this kind of support. Let them come on board. If they can't type, suggest, put somebody's name out there. Support somebody, even if you cannot get the money from the criteria we set out. Find somebody that you can help. We have a slogan that says, ẹnikẹ́ni tí ìwọ bá nípa láti ṣe ìrànlọ́wọ́ fún, òun náà lẹ́ni kejì ẹ̀ tọ́jú rẹ̀. Let's advertise Podium Cinema one more time and see if you will be able to subscribe to us before we leave this place today. We want you to subscribe to Podium Cinema. It's part of the ways that you can support us. And we'll be back in a jiffy.
lọ́jọ́kọ́jọ́ làbẹ̀wò kúkú dùkú lóko Podium International wọ́n ti wà tipẹ́tipẹ́ látìgbà tí wọ́n ti ń bàbọ̀ wọn ò fìgbà kan tẹ́rì o wọ́n ti wá ṣe bẹ̀bẹ̀ wọ́n ti gbé bẹ̀bẹ̀ dé Podium Cinema ni wọ́n tún gbé dé Podium Cinema lórí YouTube ẹ fọ́lọ̀ wọn kẹ́ ẹ láìkì wọn kẹ́ ẹ subscribe ibẹ̀ lẹ́tì mọ̀ wọ àwọn àjá àbálẹ̀ fíìmù ẹ̀dọ̀kí fíìmù tó léfo gan tààrà Podium Cinema mo bẹ́rí fún yín fíìmù mẹ́sàn-án ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ni wọ́n kó jáde o àwọn gbàǹkọ́gbé fíìmù èkíní májẹ̀mú ẹ̀gbọ́n èkejì my wet ẹ̀kẹta ọmọ ẹni ẹ̀kẹrin àlàmú èkó ẹ̀karùn-ún àìmọ̀ ṣe wá rí pé nǹkan kì í ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ràgbó ó kọjá bẹ́ẹ̀ eléyìí lẹ́ti kẹjù èdè Yorùbá ni wọ́n fi ṣe àwọn fíìmù yìí ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kẹfà sẹ́ẹ̀kẹsàn-án èdè òyìnbó ni wọ́n kọ́ ẹ̀kẹfà tẹ́mà èkeje the casting ẹ̀kẹjọ M1 the detective ẹ̀kẹsàn-án 100 M1 the detective at 100 orí síríìsì lẹ́fì máa wò ó ìyẹn dàgbéléwò nìyẹn Podium International Podium Cinema ẹ fọ́lọ̀ wọn kẹ́ ẹ láìkì wọn lórí YouTube wọ́n wà lórí Facebook wọ́n wà lórí Instagram Podium Cinema ó ti dọbẹ̀ ẹ subscribe.
Okay, I'm back now. Thank you very much. I hope you are subscribed to Podium International TV on YouTube. This is where we're talking or Coach TAC or Podium Cinema. You see, these are our platforms, and these are some of the ways you can support. And also, these people that we support every month. If you want to take care of one of them, let's say you want to support us by giving one person 5,000 naira a month, please reach out to us. My number, Counselor, please help me to put my number on the screen. Please reach out to us via WhatsApp. We will connect you to one person's account number. We will connect you to the other person's account number. So we will not take the money from you. You can support them directly. We will match the donor to the beneficiary. We'll match you to whoever is in need of the money. So if you want to support us with a meal a day as well, we'll prefer you give us a bag of rice. Bag of rice is now 50,000 naira. When we started, bag of rice was 7,000 naira. Bag of rice is now 50,000 naira. So you can support us with a bag of rice. Bag of beans was even 90,000 the last time we bought. I don't even know how much it is right now. 90,000 was bag of beans, a bag of beans. So support us with rice, with beans, with vegetable oil, with pasta, with semovita, semolina, with gari, anything you can support us with. Please support us. And if you're a woman and you want to learn more about business, you can join the Women in Leadership and Business. Also, you can support, you can watch, you can connect with us on winlab.global on Instagram as well. So, I want to quickly talk about friendship before I go. Who is your friend? Who is supporting you and who are you supporting? When your friend is running a business, do you help them? Do you even advertise them? You don't need money to help them. You don't have to have money to buy from them. You don't need to buy from them. Do you even tell other people about them? When your friend has a skill, do you even share? Do you tell people about her or him? I'm lucky to have been blessed with a few good ones. Um, when I brought my perfume oil, my friend, my friend, and her children, they were so interested that they paid. Some of them prepaid. Some people prepaid. Some of my friends, my cousin prepaid. That's how lucky I am. And when I launched, the week before Christmas, my friend just sent me a message. I want three Matol perfume and I want two Jewel perfume. Yeah, I was just talking about you. I was just talking about you. I was just talking about you. She bought five. She bought five bottles. All the gifts, most of the presents she gave away this last Christmas were my perfumes. That's my friend. That's who you call a great friend. That's who you call a blessing in your life. So, what sort of friend are you? And don't be entitled to, don't be expecting people to be a good friend to you. Are you a good friend to them? Are you a good friend to them? In this new year, 2023, please reduce your circle. And what do I mean by reduce your circle? You are an average of five people that you surround yourself with. Yeah, you're the sixth. If you surround yourself with people who just chit chat, chit chat, chit chat, you're just going to be chit chatting your life away in 2023. But if you surround yourself with thinkers and doers, you do a lot of things right in 2023 and you achieve a lot in 2023. And please surround yourself with true friends that will tell you off when you step out of line. Don't go with psychophants. Go with true friends that can stand up to you and tell you you're doing something wrong. Go out with, be with friends who will pray for you in your absence. Friends who will rise up to the occasion when they know that you're emotionally down. When I was down, I refused to eat. When I lost my brother, my friend knew exactly what to buy. She came to my house with super malls, meat pie, and plantain chips. My children told her that our mommy is not eating. She's refusing to be consoled. Days after my brother had passed, I was not eating. You know when my friend came, she didn't have to say much. She just put super much meat pie and plantain. I just looked at her and I smiled because she made the effort to make me put something in my mouth. And plantain cheese was, is my favorite meal, favorite snack, favorite anything. Plantain cheese, I'll put it in my mouth. And that was it. I took the plantain juice and I put it in my mouth. And I said, thank you. And she just looked at me. She just smiled. That's a friend. Thank you for being a wonderful friend to me. And I like her for one thing. If the perfume was not nice, she will say it though. She will not say because you are her friend. Thank you, my darling. Thank you. That's true. Before we became friends, so many years ago, 12 years ago, when I was on Ben Television, podium ceremonial, she invited me to an event to cover her event. One event she did, a big event. She gave me the job. She trusted me with it. That was how we even became friends because she knew that I would put in my all, you know? And she's just that one friend that I have that I know that someone's look. You know when you know someone's looking out for you. She's looking out. She can be a pain sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes she can be. I used to call her a witch sometimes because she will be on your case. She'll be on your case. She'll be on your case. I'll say, leave me alone now. Kilo day. But thank you very much for being a wonderful friend to me. I really do appreciate you. This is a. It's no longer 12 years old. We're looking at 15 years now. We're looking at 15 years. 2008. Wow. We're looking at 15 years and still counting. May God continue to be with us. Yes. You know, so find yourself a friend that will be your friend, you know, in the literal meaning of friendship. And be a great friend to that person too. Because if you're my friend, you have to ask yourself that question. Am I your friend? Or if I am your friend, make sure you check that are you my friend? So, guys, one of the tools that will take you through life is to make sure that you have good people, you're surrounded by good people. Before I leave you here today, I want to say to you that you should please set your goal for the year. Make sure you have your New Year resolution and do not backslide. I'm coming back next week to see whether you're still sticking to your New Year resolution. Our shows are usually on Tuesdays, but I'm sorry I'm doing this on a Thursday, on a Wednesday. But maybe I should just stick to Wednesday. What do you guys think? Should I stick to Wednesday? Because I want to invite you guys to Podium International TV, both on YouTube and on Facebook, every Tuesday and Thursday to come and watch the podium. The podium is coming back. We're bringing back interviews. We're bringing back, we're showcasing culture. We're showcasing everything. The podium, yes, the podium is coming back and coming back strong from next week, Tuesday. Tomorrow, Thursday, yes, I'm bringing a guest on the podium just for you to have a taster. I'm bringing a guest. He's a mentor. He's the vice chairman of Yoruba Self Determination Council. But I want you to know him. I want you to know who he is and more about him apart from YSAM because it's more, it means a lot more than just a vice chairman of YSAM. You need to know where he's coming from, where he's been, who he is, what he likes, what he does, what he doesn't like. That's what Podium International is always about, showcasing Africans to the world. So expect to see him on Podium. I'm not going to broadcast on all 7 platforms tomorrow, but I'll be coming back to Podium International TV on Facebook, on YouTube. So if you have not followed us or you have not subscribed, this is the opportunity to do so because the podium is back. And watch out for Queen Podium. Follow me on all socials. I am on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. My name is Coach TAC. My handle is Coach TAC. I am Coach TAC. What does Coach TAC mean? Coach TAC. What does Coach TAC mean? Coach Titi Aboyade Co. So thank you very much. Like I said, if you have not watched, if you have not subscribed to Podium Cinema, do so now. Now, because when Lucky Lagos starts, like I said, I'll give you a teaser next week on Lucky in Lagos. When Lucky in Lagos starts, funny if you're not subscribed, you'll be missing out. So you'll be missing out. It's a TV series, and I'm part of it, and you love my role. My son is also part of it. You will love us in there. Let me know what you think. When you go to Podium Cinema, I'm going to upload a teaser for you there tonight. I promise you that. I'm going to upload a teaser for you on Podium Cinema tonight. Go and subscribe so that you will know when we're coming back. Till I come back your way next week, or if you're on Podium, if you're watching us from Podium International TV, till I come back your way tomorrow with Mr. Banji Ayiloge, you would enjoy the show. So when I come back your way next week, I will bring you a full episode. Should I promise or should I just not promise? I don't know if I can promise you that one. MB, MB, thank you very much, my darling. So let me just be straight with you. When I come back your way next week, I will bring you something, a snippet. Not I can't give you the full episode, but I'll give you a snippet of Lucky in Lagos. You see what to expect. You see what to expect from us. There are lots of films for us to unveil this year. So many things are coming. We're doing Raise the Roof for Christ. We have an event in February where I think we might be premiering one of our movies, The Caxtons, but I'll confirm with the other my co-producers and all. So till I come back your way tomorrow and next week, whichever platform you're watching from. My name is still Tisla Verico, and I love you all. And I want you to succeed. So please stay with us. Stay true to yourself. Set your goals. Oh. The year is running already. Today is the 4th. God bless you all. Peace out.
lọ́jọ́kọ́jọ́ làbẹ̀wé kúkú dùkú lóko Podium International wọ́n ti wà tipẹ́tipẹ́ látìgbà tí wọ́n ti ń bàbọ̀ wọn ò fìgbà kan tẹ́rì o wọ́n ti wá ṣe bẹ̀bẹ̀ wọ́n ti gbé bẹ̀bẹ̀ dé Podium Cinema ni wọ́n tún gbé dé Podium Cinema lórí YouTube ẹ fọ́lọ̀ wọn kẹ́ ẹ láìkì wọn kẹ́ ẹ subscribe ibẹ̀ lẹ́tì mọ̀ wọ àwọn àjẹ́ àbálẹ̀ fíìmù ẹ̀dọ̀kí fíìmù tó léfò gan tààrà Podium Cinema mo bẹ́rí fún yín fíìmù 9 ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ni wọ́n kó jáde àwọn gbàǹkọ́gbé fíìmù èkíní májẹ̀mú ẹ̀gbọ́n èkejì my wet ẹ̀kẹta ọmọ ẹni ẹ̀kẹrin àlàmú èkó ẹ̀karùn-ún àìmọ̀ ṣẹ̀wárí pé nǹkan kì í ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ràgó ó kọjá bẹ́ẹ̀ eléyìí lẹ́ti kẹjù èdè Yorùbá ni wọ́n fi ṣe àwọn fíìmù yìí ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kẹfà sẹ́ẹ̀kẹsàn-án èdè òyìnbó ni wọ́n kọ́ ẹ̀kẹfà tẹ́mà èkeje the casting ẹ̀kẹjọ M1 the detective ẹ̀kẹsàn 100 M1 the detective at 100 orí síríìsì lẹ́fì máa wò ó ìyẹn dàgbéléwò nìyẹn Podium International Podium Cinema ẹ fọ́lọ̀ wọn kẹ́ ẹ láìkì wọn lórí YouTube wọ́n wà lórí Facebook wọ́n wà lórí Instagram Podium Cinema ó ti dọbẹ̀ ẹ subscribe.